In today's video, I modified Minecraft to add in epic hardcore boss fights and cool weapons using the mod Mowzie's mobs. Here's what you can expect. Deep in the untouched jungle, sometimes bark is worse than bite. Or is it both in this case? Don't let this seemingly benign fern fool you, because just below ground lies a bloodthirsty predator. This is the folioth, flora with a biting wit. They hide under the ground until prey comes along, then they sprout up and begin chomping indiscriminately. They're actually pretty annoying to deal with. If you're within melee range, the folioth will relentlessly attack you and not give you any opening to get a hit in. Luckily, you can coax them out of the ground by standing just out of range and shoot them with a bow. When a folioth dies, it drops a folioth seed. You can plant these on grass blocks, and if you feed them meat every half day, you'll grow a murder plant of your very own. They'd make some pretty epic security for your base against creepers and the like, but be warned, just because you raised them from a seed doesn't mean that they still wouldn't love to take a bite out of you. Something I, unfortunately learned the hard way. Late at night, floating in the gentle jungle breezes are lanterns. They're one of the only non-aggressive mobs added by Mowzie's mobs, and as such, they're actually pretty useful. But because they're high off the ground, killing them is going to require either a bow or some good old-fashioned ingenuity. But I know you'll be able to cinch it. Once you've managed to pop one like an old birthday balloon, it'll drop luminous jelly. Now, I know your mom probably told you not to put weird jelly you got from floating plants in your mouth, but I swear, this stuff's not going to harm you. In fact, it gives you 1 minute of night vision, which is perfect for me, because I couldn't make a night vision potion if the fate of the world frickin' depended on it, okay? When you're out mining, you might have seen something shiny in the corner of your eye. That was most likely a grottle. Try not to startle it, as grodles are extremely skittish, most likely because everyone's after the giant diamonds embedded in their backs. You won't be able to damage grodles with a sword, so make sure you have an iron or higher pickaxe if you gotta have those diamonds. If you're unlucky and you do manage to spook a grottle, they'll try to run away from you by burying themselves underground. And I've even heard rumors of them riding to safety in minecarts to get away from diamond hunters. But that's just a rumor, right? Hey! Get back here with my diamonds! Keep your eyes peeled on the skies for our next mob, the Naga. These poisonous drakes hang out at cliffs down by the shoreline and are highly territorial. If you're not careful, a toxic wad of venom will be sent your way, and trust me, that's not a good thing. As they stay airborne most of the time, you're going to need a ranged weapon like a bow to take them down. Watch their movements carefully, because they're certainly watching yours. If you fire an arrow at the wrong time, the Naga will swiftly evade your projectiles. After they dodge your attack, they usually follow that up with a dive bomb, so make sure to jump out of the way to avoid getting hit. When it looks like it's charging up a venom wand, that's your time to strike. Hitting it with an arrow while it's like that will knock it out of the air and give you the advantage. Upon defeat, the Naga drops the Naga Claw. Using that item, you can either create a poison resistance potion or a special poison tip dagger. If you roam the savanna biomes, you might find small tribes of goblin-like creatures roaming the vast plains. These are the barracoa tribe, users of poison blow darts and my favorite weapon, the bone club. They're not exceptionally powerful individually, but they're extremely easy for you to get swarmed and overwhelmed like this poor sheep right here. Now, very rarely while you're defeating barracoa, sometimes they'll drop their masks. And there's quite a few masks. As you can see, they all have their own special buffs, so it's really nice to get them. You can also find them in their own villages hanging on the walls inside the buildings, but if you're wearing one of these masks, it has another benefit. You can trade with the barracoa themselves, and also you're not going to draw aggro as you're in their village. But here is our first boss, Barako, the Sun Chief. Now, Barako's really cool because he's able to command the power of the sun, praise the sun, and is able to call down solar flares, sun strikes, and yeah, massive solar beams. He stays stationary on his booty, on his throne the entire time, but it doesn't matter. He can summon create more barracoa if the numbers start to drop or you tried wiping out the village before you tried to fight. Once you've taken Barako's health by about 1/3, he'll start summoning a new variant of enemy called the barracoa. These guys are healers and they also give him a barrier, so you won't be able to damage him until you take them all out. Barako's still going to be attacking you with his sun strikes and everything, so you gotta make sure you're being very careful while you do this, or this is going to happen to you. Oh, shoot. Okay, come. Oh, no. Don't do that. Yeah. Oh, no. Ah! God. But honestly, if you just want stuff, fighting's not always the answer. Like I said earlier, you can trade with the villagers, but you can actually trade with Barako himself. For the low price of 7 gold blocks, he will give you the Sun's Blessing. What does the Sun's Blessing do? Well, this, Mr. Cow Burger. Oh my god, I just destroyed them. Oh no. Kamehameha! Woo! I am unstoppable. I have some friends with me now. As you can tell, I have some barracoa tribesmen, and they are actually my buddies. They are going to follow me around. They're going to fight things for me, and all you have to do is, while you're wearing the Sun Chief's mask, right-click if you have one of their masks from the barracoa tribe, and you will shoot them out, and now you got a new follower. And these guys are going to follow you just like they do him. So they will heal you if you're low in health. You know what? Let's just jump into this lava right here. Hurrah! Guys, help me! I'm dying! Oh, crap. You see, you're healing. Oh, well, they did heal me, but not fast enough. Crap. Oopsies. Maybe it wasn't a good idea to jump in the lava, but I assure you, they were trying their best. Deep underground, long forgotten, lies our next boss. It'll be pretty hard to find it, though, because its chambers only spawn deep underground between Y levels 30 and 55. But once you've stumbled across one, you'll definitely know you found it. This is the Ferrous Wroughtnaut. Looks like a statue at first, doesn't it? But don't let that fool you. As soon as you get within range, it's going to start attacking. Luckily, it reminds me of the Dark Nut from Legend of Zelda, because basically, they perform the exact same way. It's got very slow attacks, it's got the sweeping attack, it's got an overhead attack, and it's got this attack. But with a well-timed dodge, you can actually punish the Ferrous Wroughtnaut for its folly. Attack its back, that's its only weak point, because up front, it's invincible. But it's honestly not that hard of a boss, and once you defeat it, it will drop the Rot Helm. Basically, it's an unbreakable iron helmet, not very powerful, but it's cool that it doesn't degrade. And also, you get the Axe of 1,000 Metals. It's only as strong as an iron sword, but it's also unbreakable, and it has special attacks. By right-clicking, you can clear out groups of enemies by swinging your axe in a wide arc. But if you crouch while right-clicking, you'll be able to do an overhead slam attack that does even more damage. Honestly, there isn't as much to the Ferrous Wroughtnaut as there was to Barako, so that's it. That's all we have to talk about. Let's move on to the final boss. Hope you brought some warm clothes, because our final boss is deep within the frozen biomes of Minecraft. The Frostmaw, guardian of the Ice Crystal, a magical jewel able to unleash ice magic. It's just sleeping there when you first encounter it. But if you get too close, it's gonna wake up, and it's gonna be angry. First thing it does, boom, it eats the ice crystal. No, you're not getting it back unless you defeat this guy. The Frostmaw has a variety of attacks, ranging from swipes to slams to ice shard projectiles to ice breath coming from that ice crystal you want to get yourself. And it even has its own status effect, freeze. If you're caught in the ice breath for 2.5 seconds, you'll be frozen in place for 2 seconds. It lets the Frostmaw get up close and personal for sure. The Frostmaw is extremely agile and will immediately hop away as soon as it thinks you're too close to its personal space. Once you've whittled the Frostmaw's HP down to at least 60%, it'll start to be able to do a slam attack, which can one-shot most people as it does 36 hearts of damage. The rest of the fight is a battle of attrition. Can you defeat the Frostmaw before the Frostmaw defeats you? If the answer to your last question was yes, congratulations on your new Ice Crystal. By right-clicking with the Ice Crystal, you too can do the Ice Breath attack of the Frostmaw, doing the exact same amount of damage and even inflicting freeze. It doesn't work on fire-based enemies like magma cubes, which is a really cool attention to detail. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video. That's everything Mowzie Mobs has to offer. If you want to see more content like this, please show some engagement. Leave a like, leave a comment, whatever. I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.